Oh, what an ephemeral sound. Slurpty diddly do, my G's. I've been on a sound design rampage recently, and I've been cracking back open the classics, going back to a bit of Vital, and oh, the lamp is deciding to just turn around like a ghost in the night. Are you going to stop turning? Thank you. Yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to break down one of the patches I've made recently. I've made so many, honestly, but this one is really cool. I wanted to break this one down. It's called the Electric Circus, so a bit of an electrifying lead sound. Let's listen to it and then I'll talk about how I made it. So I wanted to make it a bit of a soundscape in the sense of how the sort of different movements and stereo ping pongs and it's just a lot of stuff going on at the same time, but that's how I got the great texture from it, you know. And so it's actually like a power chord with an added ninth. That's how I started off with these three saw waves, right? So we've got a saw wave at 0, one at 7, so that's the perfect fifth, so that's the power chord. I'm a music theory expert today. And then with a plus 14, that's an added ninth, apparently. All right? So great chord to begin with. And then the next thing I did was immediately, reduce that harshness and get a nice low pass filter, nice rhythm going on, you know? And so here's where the rhythm gets interesting because, well, firstly, if I bypass this, we just have one LFO ramp down, quarter notes and dotted. But what I've actually done is I've put the stereo knob on as well. Knob. What it does, it already breaks up the sound, so you kind of got a ping pong effect happening right at the beginning already, you know? Just much more interesting to me though. Next, what I did was I put an LFO2 to modulate the phase of LFO1. So start on LFO1, grab the LFO2, bring it down here onto the phase slider. Oh look, it's going all glitchy and lovely. Woohoo! Yeah, and then on this one, if it wants to actually, I need to unbypass it, don't I? So yeah, when it gets up to here, then it will speed up. It will almost speed up the rhythm, basically. Yeah, so nice variation to the kind of the rhythm, I suppose. All right, next. All of that was low pass filtered, you know, all of those saw waves. Next, they go into another filter, and this one is a phaser positive, and it's just mixed in a little bit, and it just adds a bit of extra tonality. So nothing crazy. Just a little bit of a kind of low mid-range adjustment, you know. Then what I do next is I process it, and it already sounds good without processing, right? Like, it's just got interesting movements. It's something where it's easier to get cool textures when you do that approach, when you're not trying to fit it to the beat sometimes. And then, you know, later it might be harder to fit it to a beat, but you'll make it work. All right, so it's off the grid kind of preset, but those are fun to make sometimes, you know. The chorus then, 25% or so. I just love how the chorus sounds in Vital. It's always going to be one of my favourites. The drive then on the distortion, soft clipping. Enough push to like saturate all the lows and warm everything up, but not so much to destroy the whole sound like that. Sorry for bleeding your ears there. Puncturing your eardrums. A bit of ping pong delay now. So even more chaos going on in the stereo field, but yeah, the mid ping pong with two separate speeds on the left and right, so that there's even more complexity. Right, a little bit of compression, but this, again, the compressor, I use it as a saturation, so the attack goes up, the release down, and I mix it in a little bit. This really brings everything to life. Yeah, you can hear. I'm just going to make sure that I've got the same settings that I had before. Next, I've got a filter on, and this is the phaser positive filter. Again, I leave the mix up, I find the part of the spectrum I want to modulate, and then I bring it back so it's quite nice and subtle, you know? Yeah, I get all these horrible clicks now every time I pause the preset, but yeah, that's only when I'm pressing pause. When you're playing it in your project, it'll be fine. But yeah, equalizer next. So a little bit of boosting around, yeah, where is this? It should, this is interesting because it normally, oh yeah, so the cutoff here. So 1,200 or so, right in the middle of the treble almost, you know? That treble range. Bit of flanging, I love the flanger recently. So it just really, those clicks are really starting to annoy me. Are they annoying you? Yeah, it really, like, what the flanger does so well is it adds like almost like a tape emulation kind of pitch warble. Warble, I love the word warble. A pitch warble like into the sound so that it's just nice and different always, you know? And if you mix it in a little bit, it's great. All right. Reverb next. Did I use the phaser as well? I think I might have done a little bit for this one. Oh no, I definitely didn't. A touch of reverb to finish. Always nice to put the sound in a little room. 13%. All right, so that's basically... Those clicks, honestly. Yeah, but that's basically the sound. So how would I use it then? I mean, as I mentioned, it's got a lot of movement going on, right? Movement. So, you know, but once we bounce that out, yeah, we can essentially stop that horrible clicking sound. And I can just pick little parts if I want, or I can pick little triplets, or, you know, like 3 notes at a time and use that. It depends really what I want to do for the track in that particular moment. But yeah, just all that crazy movement and texture, like it wouldn't really have been possible to get that if I was trying to be really, really strict to the grid. Like it was the, you know, they're using the stereo knob and to like offset the LFO, so you have like 2 different stabs on the left and the right, and then plus all of the delays, and then like the LFO 2 modulating the LFO 1 to give the extra change in rhythm. Like it's all of those things that created the whole vibe of the preset, you know. So it was all about the vibe for this one. But I just think it sounds great still. And sometimes it can be useful to have like a big file of almost a bit random movements and stabs that you can like pick from, because as I said, like the sound design of them was made great by the fact that they were random. So sometimes that's the way I'll design presets. It won't always be directly to the grid. It'll sometimes be sound design chaos and then make from it what you can afterwards, you know. But anyway, that's my little tutorial today for you G's. Hope you enjoyed it. Nice and fun, Vital lead. Let me know in the comments what kind of videos you want to see next. As always, I highly appreciate all of your support on the channel. All right, thank you very much. May I remind you as well, if you guys want lessons with me, you can book in via the links down below. One-on-one production lessons, best way to level up your sound at speed. You can also hit me up for mastering services via email, info@artifactmusic.com. You can also hit me up if you want me to DJ in a town near you. You can also use the same email address for that. And come along and join me on Patreon. I have a great community over on Discord, some really great folks who are very, very useful in giving you feedback for your tracks as well when I'm not around. And yeah, finally, check out my other presets on my website as well. I've got Vital presets, a new phase plant preset pack called Oblivion, which is excellent. Even a current preset pack on there as well. All right, my G's, more from me very soon. Much love.